This is Mogul, modern outlook going upper levels, spotlighting our community and our youth. Be on the show. Connect with us at 419-245-4979. That's 419-245-4979. Or email londondoors@gmail.com. If you'd like to get that project called Solo to help support us, all you have to do is Cash App us again at IWASH80. That's IWASH80. And when you Cash App us, also leave your email so we can send you the project.
So, hey, everybody, this is London, and we have a new show called Mogul TV. That is, and our host is sitting right there. You'll be seeing him. This is Josiah. We're going to be talking back and forth. This show is scheduled to run on some of our.
I'm good. Thanks for having me today.
Well, let me tell you a little bit. Thanks for being there. Josiah actually has made a commitment to be with us on our schedules that work together as hosting some of these programs. So this is our first show, and in the future we're going to see, hopefully Josiah will be either hosting the show, talking about something, or even might be hosting somebody, interviewing somebody else. Josiah, you're going to tell us a little bit about yourself. We're so glad to have you as a part of us.
So my name is Josiah. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I graduated from Henry Ford. Well, actually, my high school I came from was Montfort, Mustangs, from the west side of Detroit. And then from Montfort to Henry Ford, I began my career in industrial technology. I kind of did a switch now, more sales and, TV hosting. And so I'm just excited. I'm the fifth child of 7, and my birthday September. But as an individual, I've felt most of my motivation from seeing my parents' marriage and how they conducted themselves with people. And I would say, from there on, I've been able to connect and talk to people and have motivation, do motivation videos on my YouTube and share inspirations, because basically it started at home of seeing yourself better. Every day we look in the mirror and you have to realize that this is the best person ever to walk this earth. Now, of course, we have to do this with other people and show that we are great people. But it first starts at home, like always.
Well, I think you're a very impressive, productive young gentleman. That's why we said, look, we've been watching Josiah out there in the social media and watching you kind of grow up, kind of a little bit, maybe over the last couple of years or so. And I'm like, Josiah, you are doing a good job.
Thank
you have good word. You also are you do ministry, so you have ministry, business, or what do you call that when you're online and you're doing those
social media, like influencer and stuff.
Influencer, or just a public speaker, to really, actually, you give good word. Also, you're very uplifting. And also what I like about you, Josiah, is you tell the truth. Right. You don't whitewash it, you just say what it is, so hey, we like that. So our topic today we're looking at the condition of what the world is,
Mm-hmm.
and I asked you, Josiah, would it be okay to talk about that? Because it's a big, touchy situation. And then when we narrow it down, we're talking about the racism and
Right.
those that are targeted in the racism. They call it the systemic racism
Yes.
system. And as a young African American man, we got to pray for our young guys. And when you see young people out there doing something good, we need to support them, and we just got to keep
Right.
our praise going up. But for whatever's going on today, I want to get your take on. It's hard to even put it into words. Like what's happening. What would you say to a lot of your young fellow millennials, and all the younger people, and just anybody? What would you say, especially African American? And then you can talk to people in general. But we know what's happening today. And to me, it's been going on a long time, and it's scary. And so, you know, but we have God to look to, which I know that you are a
Mm-hmm.
believer. Talk a little bit about, your ideas, your aspects, and your thoughts on what's happening today.
So I believe will come more out of who they really exposed of what they've been hiding. Donald Trump was elected, you started to see more racism. So I would say at this time, 2021, people are being more exposed. People that actually Black Lives Matter, people that's actually for really, who's really been what you've been compressing all of these years. And well, I would say the piece of advice that I would give to my young men now, or the young men that I talk to, is basically I would say stay in your lane, but don't let people disrespect you. Uh, remember who you are, especially when you're going into different, high accepting schools, because not everybody gets accepted into those schools. And now we see more African Americans getting education, especially our Black women. They're getting more educated. And I would encourage our young men not only to go to school, but also seek entrepreneurship, so we don't have to continue to have systematic racism going on, because it comes down to bank laws. Uh, it's like situations that's happening, racially profiled, just for started at of them redlining different areas of who can live here, who can get this, who can get this loan, who can do that. It started from there of people just separating the mass, and that's one of the issues that we're having. But I would say now, what's going on in the world of people being exposed of what they really are. I would say that's what's going on now. And I would say be true to yourself, but be really honest with yourself. Stop lying. Sometimes we lie to ourselves. I'm not racist, I'm not that. But once you get around that person of a different color, how do you actually feel? How do you actually react to when they say certain things? Like I said, it's being exposed now today. People are really being exposed of who they are.
Yeah, and I'm listening to you too, because now you're talking to people of color as well as how do you feel about the other person of another color? Are you saying that too, or as a whole for all?
Well, I'm saying for both sides too, for white
Both
people
sides.
and Caucasian people and Black people. How do you guys actually respond? Because some people have been hiding being racist. Because I know when I worked in sales, my last sales job position, it was a lot of people I worked with that they like, if you have a conversation with them, after a while you get to pick up, you get to finally understand of what they're actually about.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I
And
understand.
certain people, like certain people you have conversations with, you begin to see what they're really about. Especially, I'm like I said, I'm not a person that just go for one side. I'm more on the side of let's actually get things done and let's be correct. If you're not on my team, if you're not rocking with us, stay over here. Don't come over here and play. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
And act
right.
like you want to be around, and you really don't. Don't do that. Go on somewhere.
Sounds like that goes for anybody that wants to play, no matter what race
Exactly.
you tell that you are. Josiah,
Exactly.
have you heard of something called coded bias? Because you mentioned
Yes.
buy a home, buy a car, get a loan, that they automatically get booted out the system and say you're not qualified. And a lot of times those things aren't correct. She said,
Right.
and I want to show that one. It's a built-in, whoever built the system built it into the system to do that. So they can take your reputation because of the color of your skin. What she did that facial recognizing thing first. She put on a white mask, and then she went before cameras, whatever. And those cameras noticed her not in a bad way. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
but with the darker the skin, and then when I got to white women, black women, and darker skinned people, that system detects that, and it is biased towards your skin color and your gender. And so I said, this is so deep, you know. So so man who feels this way already, with whatever it is, a supremacy or whatever, somebody feels entitled to get more than what you're supposed to get, you know, feels entitled or wants you to be where. And also it says that these people and the system. Now, I took this in sociology a long time ago, but it's just saying
I got you.
It's set up to continue to take from the poor to make the poor poorer.
Right.
And for them to get richer. And it's almost like it's like some weird game, you know. It's like a trip. And I said, well, now they have not just, you know, people that treat you a certain kind of way when you go in, or a police officer might stop you because, you know, you could be a nice looking African American guy. I seen this on the news, driving a real nice car. Man's working. And he wasn't millennial. He was like maybe a baby boomer or older, but he was black. And they stopped this guy and they beat him up. He didn't do anything. Wow. Nice car. You know, sometimes they not asked you where'd you get the car. I had that happen to me. I like old Mercedes Benz, like the old ones. And I was down people in this area here. Okay. And someone told me you shouldn't go down that area. I know that must have been God. But you know, I just turned that, Lord, or that little voice, listen to it. I turned down a street in a prejudiced area, and I got stopped, not by a police officer, but a sheriff. For no reason. He stopped me because of the car. He stopped me because I was a woman and because I was black. So, I mean, I got three things going on right here. He did not ask for my driver's license. He did not ask for my insurance. But he looked at me and asked me, whose car is this? So he had an issue with me driving that car, being an African American and a woman. Now, if I had been an older or even a race of another color, he would have never thought twice. Where was he sitting? I don't know where this guy even materialized from. You know, so all I did is I was very shocked, but I was respectful because, like you said, you know, you still, you know, I'm just kind of shocked because why did this guy stop me? I didn't even do anything. I didn't make a wrong turn. I didn't run a light. I didn't run a stop sign. I didn't do anything. It was the car. It was me. Okay, because I was black. And so I know you know, so a lot of us African Americans probably have been through some type of situations because of the color of our skin. And then also because of what you might have. Now, if I was driving something else, he probably wouldn't have stopped me. You know, and because you're African American with this, and so a lot of times they look at, what are you doing with it? Like, what where I work? I mean, I earned this, okay?
Exactly. So, yeah.
Yep, and I like what you said. Everything's coming out now in 2021. And it's still a lot of abuse, a lot of killing going on, but it's out and it's becoming more out. And I don't know if is this the way we have to go until we get out of this situation? Because now since you know, they have sentenced the police officer that killed our friend George. That was, you know, that's a big one. But like some of the people say, you know, it's not time to party. It's time to keep moving and trying to get justice for the people. So, you know, we need to be able to live in equality. We need to be able to drive down the street, walk down the street without somebody stopping us because you're African American. And I'm
Right.
not
And
trying
it's
to be
been so many, yeah, it been so many reports of recently it was I forgot what the guy name was, but he was a sergeant in the army, and he was a white male, and the young man had it was a of somebody trying to take one of the girls, but it was a white girl having a problem, and he tried to help her out, and the white male sergeant, he came. I don't know what he thought what was going on, but it seems like he was drunk or something was going on, and he had grabbed this young man, was pushing him and telling him, "Get out of our neighborhood. You don't belong here."
wow.
And the inner rage that I had looking at that video was like, "That's ridiculous." And some people make statements of, "Well, I don't know him, so I can't really speak on it." But the thing where I have a relationship is we both have the same color.
Yeah,
And that brother is black, and that could have been me. Like,
yeah, yes,
and that those sometimes those statements of people that's trying to be trying to that's not my cousin. So we shouldn't focus on that problem. It's still an issue with the police targeting you later on. Army
exactly.
veteran almost getting shot and stuff. Like, this stuff is ridiculous. And like I said, you see more police officers that's getting pointed out for being racist.
Yes,
You see more Karens. I don't know if you heard of that trend that's going on with uh, they call them Karen, like, well, these Karens that do destructive things, and like they always try. I said they call it Karens, or a white woman that's unruly, just being real, causes a problem. That's a trend that they have going on now of these people, of white women that just target, and they just like they just focus on messing with black people. Honestly,
yes.
they
What
call the
women?
white they call yes Karens. They call them Karens, and so
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have
So don't
more.
you remember that lady was that named after that lady that was the guy was at the park bird watching?
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Called on the
ridiculous. It is
barbecues and
ridiculous.
stuff. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so we have more of those people being exposed of, like I said, finding out who people really are. So
That could just be anybody. Then, like you're saying, it could just
yeah,
be somebody you work with. So, this lady here, this guy, because he told her she was around because her dog was doing something he shouldn't have been doing. She was breaking the law, actually.
right.
So, because he said that you're going to call the police on him, so
Yeah,
that frame of mind is I can call the police on that black person and they'll come and shoot him or get rid of him because I'm white. So
yeah,
for you to feel that you can do that frame of mind, this world is it's got all kinds of people in it. My thing is I like what you said. You say be respectful. You don't let people walk over you. Stay in your lane. Uh, some of these issues that we see with people with the gun pointed in their face that didn't do
yeah,
anything, how can they avoid it when it looks like they did everything they could the right way and they still got shot and killed?
yeah.
So
I I go speechless on that because I have no good answer for that, because it's like, even if you are kind and you try to de-escalate the situation, it seems like they just kind of push for that escalation, and it's like, now I'm in a tough spot. And that, I would say, sometimes people give advice, and it's like, you can't really speak on that type of situation, because in that moment it's
it's that,
heated, and someone pointing a gun at you. um our
right.
advice
Like what
goes
can you
invalid
say? What can you
in
do?
that
Like I said,
situation.
what advice? Yeah, it's just something that happens, and it just seems like the person that might be sitting in that seat has no control, even they do everything that
Right.
they're supposed to do. And so, it's a heavy situation, but I pray that, God will
Yes.
continue to bring it out. And I don't know. It just seems like we have to go this direction for it to come out. So when the more it comes out, hopefully it can be stopped. They can
Right.
eradicate this type of attitude so that, I know a lot of people, what you're saying, some people say, oh, well, that wasn't my nephew, whatever. It's
Right.
almost like now you have to be careful even to call the police if something's going on, because just like the guy said when George Floyd got killed, he said he felt guilty. He wish he had just let him go with the so-called counterfeit $20 bill. Then that might have avoided his death over a
Yeah.
counterfeit $20 bill. So so now it's almost like you call the police to stop something that's going on. We need to be under better control. But if you call the police on something that you see that's going on, and it ends up with somebody being murdered by a police, I'm not saying all police are bad, but all these
Yeah.
instances of ones that do take their power and abuse it, their authority, legal authority, and then they abuse that. It's almost like if something goes down, do you want to call the police? Do you want to call the police? If somebody comes and we need the police to a certain extent, but it's almost like a catch-22 situation.
Refrigerator, drunk some of the orange juice and left it.
Oh, really?
That was one of the craziest thing ever. But they ruined my whole parents' room. They took their rings and stuff. And when we called the police, it literally took them 2 hours to get there. Now imagine if they were still in there when we got home.
Exactly. It would have been no
telling.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. And a lot of people that I know that grew up with me in the city of Detroit can say the same thing of the police don't really care. They get there like an hour or 2 hours late. Now we have more officers stepping up and doing their job. Now that it's the crime rate then stepped it up, went up and stuff. So now they kind of still on their job, because lately I've been seeing 2020, 2019, I started to see officers ride up and down the street now.
More often.
I guess there's a more motivation there of let's prevent crime, and it's like we should have been like this a few years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Believe it. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was saying, and believe it or not, that people that do get ready to do a crime, they know they're watching too. So they know what's going on. They know where they can go probably to get away with something, because they don't ever see officers around. And they know if you call the officer, is he going to come? Especially in what particular neighborhood it could be in, So it's a lot of things that need to be fixed in this world. All I can say is we need to pray hard. We need to talk about these things more, and just more talking about it. What I do, I say for people that are hanging with somebody that might not be doing the right thing, kind of remove yourselves from those situations, because you can be an innocent bystander and something happened to you and the other person could keep living. There was somebody that did happen to. I think I saw that last year. There was a guy, and I can't remember where it was, but the police officer captured them. They didn't kill anybody. I think one of the guys killed the officer for some reason. And the one that went to prison, oh no, he got electrocuted. That was last year or so. The one that actually did the killing he didn't get reprimanded like that. I think he might have gotten locked up. But the one that didn't do it, the innocent bystander, he got electrocution. They both were African American, and they were saying because he did not have good legal representation is the reason why he got caught up in the system like that. So can you imagine?
Wow.
You have good legal representation, and even the guy that did the killing was trying to save his team. I did it. They wouldn't even listen to him. Once you get sold up in that system, it takes a lot of work to undo it. Some of it is very hard to get, but you don't know. Who's going to tell you? They don't tell us many things. They might tell the other folks. They get to know how to get out. They know where to get the help from. But it seems like a lot of people biased again, being biased.
you really don't want that negative lifestyle. You don't want negative people around you because that's a lot. That's a lot of watching your back constantly.
Yeah.
So for better life, better lifestyle, you have to your surroundings and your environment needs to change. So when you do get to that as an older, you will want to live longer. You would want to see, make you make your face look ugly. Your body will start to sag. You'll have so many issues going on if you just always negative and always diving into negative energy with a lot of people. So I would say, change your environment and watch how your life becomes.
So your life will become much better.
Yes.
Okay, Josiah. Well, we've had a good time. I want you to hold on for a second because I want to call you back after this.
Okay.
Our internet was kind of doing some little things, so I'm going to probably do some editing. But this was really great. It was fun. It's the start for the Mogul TV. Moving right outward, going upward levels. That's what that means, and that's the kind of guy you are. I didn't know you called yourself mogul, but you fit right in. You're a young mogul guy. All right. So I've had a great time. I'm glad we got this done. So I'm going to end it right now, and then hold on. I'm gonna give you a call. Okay. Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
If you'd like to get that project called Solo to help support us, all you have to do is Cash App us again at IWASH80. That's IWASH80. And when you Cash App us, also leave your email so we can send you the project. Sonny's Hamburgers, located at 20001 Schoolcraft in Detroit. Food truck now open. We have radio time and commercial spots available right here at LICMC for unbeatable prices. To get your spot today, give us a call at 419-245-4979. That's 419-245-4979. Get your spot today, right here on LICMC Radio. London D. Washington Community Enterprise. TV, radio, film, production, broadcasting. You may call 800-875-0674. You may also contact us at our email, londondoris@gmail.com. LONDENDORIS. This is Mogul. Modern outlook going upper levels. Spotlighting our community and our youth. Be on the show. Connect with us at 419-245-4979. That's 419-245-4979. Or email londondoors@gmail.com.